Hello, world. Richard Carver here on day 90 of sobriety after being high for 20 entire years of my life. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're here, y'all. We're doing it. 90 full days feels really good. It's wild to be able to say, and it does feel like an accomplishment because a lot of the different programs that I see available are based around 90 days. The different treatments and withdrawal periods and just getting clean, sober living facilities. It really puts a lot on the 90-day period. So I'm really thankful to be here at this point and have done it outside of a facility, but I have done, I would say, some like things, and I have done it with all of your help and my family and friends' help, and so I'm really grateful for that. So first and foremost, thank you so much, and thank you for tuning in and watching some of this just to see how things are going. So how am I feeling right now? Well, I feel really good. I feel like my lungs are cleaner than they have been in so long. It's definitely noticed that I have a decreased lung capacity based on what I remember, I don't know, 20 years ago. But I don't know if that's because they're scarred or I don't know what exactly it is. But now that the spring is hitting, I'm going to try and do walking and jogging a bit more. And hopefully that's going to expand my chest some and that my lungs can fill that area. I have finally stopped coughing things up, I think, for the most part. Like sometimes I do, but I think that might be because like sometimes I still burn incense or something like that. So I don't know if that's some of that in there, but I think the tar from my lungs it's cleared out mostly or all. And in case you guys have not seen my other videos, or just a little bit of a reminder, when I'm talking about this extreme cannabis abuse, I do mean extreme. It was a lot. There were reasons that it was so abundant and available to be able to be abused in such a way that I did. But it was a lot, and I'm glad that that period of my life is far behind me and getting in the distance, at least in the type of, one period of my life far behind me, and then this period of sobriety, at least 90 days in the rear view. One of the big reasons that I knew I had to give this up, well, one of the many big reasons I knew I had to give this up was my dwindling mental capacity, my dwindling life, my spark. It was all just being buried and smoldered out. I know it was a serious problem, and it's wild to be so addicted to something and have my usage like going down as the legality of it is coming up and being more widespread. But everyone can have an addiction to something, and this was a really bad addiction. My memory's not by any means all the way back. I mean, I know that I'm excited for the 90-day mark and I'm excited to be here in it, but I also know that that is, in the grand scheme of things, kind of a blink of an eye. And when you have 20 years of abuse on your mind and body and soul and path, I know that there's going to be so much more work to do on a daily basis to be able to get not exactly that back, but to integrate it again on this path forward that I know I have and want to be on. If I think of some of the lows throughout that time, I remember a lot of it being the low. Maybe that entire time was the low. I'm taking vitamins again. I am trying to get more sleep to be able to have better brain capacity and maybe some brain cell growth. That memory issue that I was having it's still there, but it's a little lighter, and I feel like sleep is a big part of it, but so is PTSD and having my brain scattered in so many different areas and kind of holding different thoughts at the same time instead of having like a directed focus on one thing. And I look forward to slowly detangling my neural pathways in that sense too, as everything is kind of rewiring, and I'm learning how to get my own dopamine again and doing life without the crutch of a drug. I know that maybe therapy is something I should be thinking about, but I've been to therapy before, and I know what it is. I know that it's great to have people to talk to that are trained therapists, and maybe that could help with my PTSD problems and depression. Maybe that's a thing, maybe sometime down the line, but I also feel that I don't have the time or energy for that at the moment too, and I'm still pushing forward, so I don't want to do that exactly. I'll come back to you on that. When I first gave up smoking, my gosh, I couldn't sleep at all. Oh, it was the worst insomnia. Oh, it's just so bad. It is torture, y'all. It's really bad. When you're so deep, so deep into cannabis and the THC, and having it be a part of your genetic makeup like I had, I just, the withdrawal is really bad, honestly, and the damage it does on your life and your loved ones, your family, everything. It's just a terrible. It can be a really terrible substance. I know that there are some people out there that have no issue with it or no issue with regulation, but that is not me. I was really bad. So now that I am getting a little more sleep, oh, I love sleep. I'm dreaming better. The dreams, oh yeah. You know, that is like blockbuster movies on demand. It's just like as soon as you go to bed, it is a wonderful, sometimes not wonderful, but very vivid world that I just love to visit. I love to dream. I always think that I'm going to remember my dreams when I wake up, and then they just kind of like dissipate, which I really need a dream journal. I think that would be fun. It's some wild stuff up in there. So yeah, with my improving sleep, I think that that's going to help with my mind and body healing even more. So even though I'm at the 90-day mark, I think in the beginning, with such a lack of sleep, it was almost exacerbating some of that damage as I was withdrawing. So it's not like I immediately started healing on day one of this past 90 days. I think that instead, with having insomnia problems all throughout the past 20 years with this, or kind of a lifetime struggle with that, it kind of added to the problem for the in these 90 days. It didn't exactly help things to be an insomniac, but I do think that that's maybe hopefully dissipating somewhat. I am sleeping more, so I think that's a huge part of health: sleeping, water, vitamins, eating right. I've got a problem still with munching on things. I just, you know, you would imagine that when you stop smoking bud, you're going to stop eating munchies a little bit, but mine's the exact opposite. I think I started munching more, but I do need those nutrients. I know that I'm trying to rebuild mind, body, spirit, big time on the brain. So I'm trying to at least munch on healthier things, but I really like chips. It's like chips and cheese are just my downfall, so gotta cut them, but at least I'm walking, I'm exercising more. So it is about to be April. It'll be April 1st tomorrow, 2025. And that means better temperatures. So I will be jogging, and that's going to be wild. I haven't jogged in a little while. Mental health issues can really keep you from exercising. So I know that I've had some poor mental health alongside of this addiction, but I also know that exercising can help alleviate some of the depression. So I'm looking forward to expanding past the 90 days. I've been out so much more this year. I've been out doing things more in this 1 year, in these past 90 days, than I have done in the entire last year, I think. And maybe even a combination of a few years in there. I've definitely been actively seeking, friends and family and events to go to, and that's been a healthy thing. Building new relationships, rebuilding old ones, or strengthening ones that I have has been a really important thing. And instead of hurrying home to get my lips on the bong, I've been staying and having good interactions with people. So I think it's been really helpful in a social way. A lot of people will say that for them, smoking helps alleviate social anxiety, but for me, it definitely added to it. I would just kind of live in a cloud, and I wouldn't be as direct with my communication or looking people in the eye. I would really leave as soon as I could if I was out, just so I could get home and smoke again, or I would smoke and not go out. So having no reason to come home and get high because I'm not doing that anymore is great. Now, when I'm out, wow, the amount that I smell bud out in public is crazy. And it smells so good. I still love the smell of marijuana. I really do. And I don't believe it's a trigger, though. Instead, I just think it smells good, and that for me, that cup was filled and ran over. That cup overfloweth so much in my mind, so much experience with it, that I'm okay with it being around, because it's going to be around anyway, especially if I go out. And everyone's, it's their prerogative to do it. It's becoming legal everywhere, and it's I just smell it everywhere. And I don't know if that's even a sign of 90 days going by, because I have a better sense of smell and I can just smell it all over. But I don't view it as a trigger. I've been in close proximity with it. Going to have someone pass me it, I think a few times, and every time I'm just like, oh, I'm cool. It's not a big thing, and I try and get away from it in general, because I don't want to even really be around the smoke and consuming that. But even just smelling it fresh out there, not burnt, you smell that as well. So that's interesting. I have been around it and have seen it in social settings, and yeah, it hasn't really made me crave it, which is great. And I'm imagining that's going to stick, and I hope that it sticks. Yeah. But I'm not going to do it, so not I hope that it sticks. It's done for me. That cup is filled, and I haven't really thought about what it would feel like to smoke again, so that's a good thing. And I don't want to think about it. Something else I've noticed is that my emotions that I have, I feel like I've always stayed pretty in contact with a lot of my emotions, but I don't know if it's depression or what exactly it is, but I do, I get misty-eyed or cry when I want. And I think that's a good, healthy thing, to not hold yourself back and just to be able to feel in the moment. And I've been allowing myself to feel instead of just smoking the feelings away. And I think that's a positive. I guess. I think that's a positive. It's also been nice that in those social situations, I haven't really been, pressured or anything. Everyone's cool with it and very supportive, especially my close friends and family that know what a struggle it's been for me. So I'm really happy to have all of them and have that support. I also just wanted to say how grateful I am for all of you out there. All of you, for all of your support. Anytime you've just watched or commented or liked or been in the live streams, it all is felt. And I just, honestly, I appreciate you guys so much. That sense of community and knowing you all are out there, either relating or just being there, it has helped so much. I'm just here with you right now. It's just me and you, and it feels really wild to be here and really good. Almost like this is where I always could and should be, on this path. And I'm so, so thankful. So thank you all, honestly. I think coming on here every night on live stream has been hugely beneficial. This is my accountability partner. You all are my accountability partners. Having the days stack up in a way that I can see, and always coming on here knowing that I'm going to be giving an update on my feelings and on my life. It's been a real benefit. So thank you all for sticking with me. And I'm going to keep it going, of course. It's just amazing how many people that I've met through this that can relate or are going through something similar, and just know that I hear you guys and I am here for you, and I believe in you all, and know that you guys taking the time to treat yourselves well and kindly is so important, and I hope that you all do that because you really deserve it in your lives. I'm going to keep this going. I know it's been 90 days, and I guess the next one would be the 120-day mark, a full 6 months in mark, the year mark. I'm going to keep making more videos and start putting my music out there. It's going to diversify as I grow. This channel will kind of grow in the topics that I cover as well. But I will always be doing my live streams every night. So I hope you guys are having fun with that. I'm having fun with it, and I love to see you all there. I'm just happy that this is building one day at a time, sometimes a second or a minute at a time. I'm here for it. I'm so glad to be done doing drugs like that. It was just so overwhelming. I've still done so much damage. It is all not sunshine and rainbows. There's so much fixing to do that really you just have to slowly do it. I just know that day at a time, I'm going to rebuild myself and my life, and I'm here for it, and I couldn't be here for it if my brain was still being ripped apart like I was doing. So yeah, I think on that is a great check-in for the 90-day celebration. Thank you all so much for anyone who's tuned in now or tuned in throughout the time on live streams. I love you guys so much, and I really hope you're taking care of yourselves because you deserve it in your lives. And I hope to see you all soon. Catch me on live stream. I'll be putting more videos out shortly. And with that, peace and love. Thanks.